ay kapatid na magnanakaw. Pero minsan po, ang sinungaling ay asawa ng magnanakaw. It is my honor and privilege to be with all of you here this morning, this very special occasion wherein all of us stakeholders from different offices and agencies have come together to talk about this very important and timely topic. Of course, I have to thank first and foremost our Honorable Ombudsman, Bowie Remulla, and to everyone from the Office of the Ombudsman. Thank you for extending your invitation for me to be here this morning. Although he has already left, I'd like to greet also the Honorable Justice. Usually when I talk in public, I don't really get nervous, but when it's your former professor who is part of the audience, pinabahan ako ng konti, buti na lang umalis na siya. I'm not a lawyer, hindi ako nagtapos, but pumasa naman ako sa klase ni Justice Leone. Nakados naman ako kahit paano. Pero baksak ako sa lahat ng receipt. Kaya nga habang kaba ako, yun siya, parang magpa-flashback ako, malaman kung ano nasabi ko habang nandito siya. Buti na lang, umalis na po siya. Hindi na lang mong sabihin na sinabi ko po yun. But before I proceed any further, ayusin lang po ako dito. It's not notes, but when I talk, I'd like to keep a stopwatch para sigurado po kung hindi mag-overtime. Alam nyo sa topic na ito, pag itong pinag-usapan natin, kahit 6 na oras siguro tayong magkwentuhan dito, ang dami natin pwedeng sabihin, ang dami natin dapat sabihin, mas marami tayong kailangan gawin o dapat gawin. Apologize to our friends who are not that fluent or don't understand Filipino or Tagalog. Have a hard time talking in long sentences in English. Kaya okay naman po siguro, karamihan naman sa atin siguro ay komportable sa wikang Filipino. Umuha naman po lahat. Okay, tutuloy ko po. But I'd like to start off with a story that happened a few years ago. Believe it or not, this is a true story. Happened a couple of years before I entered politics. So this must have been around 2014. I was a legislative staff officer at the time, and I was talking to a counselor. Hindi ko na papangalanan at hindi ko na po ikukwento kung saan siya galing o hindi na magbibigay ng clue kung sino siya, matagal na naman to. I was talking to this counselor, and I'd been hearing at the time of the so-called SOP, as most of us here, or all of us here are familiar with the term, or the automatic or institutionalized kickback. But at the time I was hearing about, that the SOP was 20%, or depending on the type of project, depending on the kind of program, or what the official asks for. So I decided to ask, a fairly trusted person, a counselor at the time. I told him, Consi, what do you think of this? Trying to be very respectful, very neutral way of asking. Consi, what do you think of this SOP? Totoo ba? Ganun ba talaga? What do you think of it? And you know what he answered me? He told me, hindi ko. Talagang may SOP. Ano yan? Ganun talaga. Kasi yan din yung pinagagastos, yan din yung pinamimigay natin, yung pinagsusulisit. Actually, sabi niya, hindi ko. Nasa local government code yan. Nasa local government code yan. Sabi sa akin binigit ang pangalan. Automatic talaga yan. Nasa batas yan. Nasa local government code. With good intentions, it's actually easier to go astray. And it's not only true for politicians, but for all of us in government. Whether you're an engineer, an auditor, a mayor, a councilor, an administrative aide, many times, not all the time, but many times, if not most of the time, it's easier to go astray rather than to do the right thing. Kung magpapakatotoo po ang bawat isa sa atin dito, sometimes it's very uncomfortable, we don't like talking about it, but We've seen now, see the news and everything. We have to talk about it. The first step is admitting that we have a problem. The first step is accepting that we have a problem, and only then can we really try to look for solutions. Kung magpapakatotoo po tayo lahat dito, even if it's uncomfortable. Pag tinanong ko, I'll throw a question to everyone. I'm going to answer out loud, obviously, a rhetorical question lang. Government projects, do we think there are more government projects with kickbacks or without kickbacks? And if we're being honest, I think all of us know the right answer, the correct answer. Hindi ko naman nilalahat. Marami akong nakakatrabaho na matino. Marami akong nakakasama na maayos. Maraming tapat at lumalaban para sa katotohanan at laban sa korupsyon sa ating gobyerno. Pero ang totoo, kailangan aminin, kailangan tanggapin natin ang katotohanan. Na ito yung normal. Sa Pasig, when we said no SOP, no kickback, almost immediately, prices of government contracts and projects went down by 20 to 50%. Without any other reform, tinanggal lang yung kickback, it went down by 20 to 50%. Same quality but less 20 to 50%. But the problem is it's solved that easily. Hindi lang yun. Kung sana pwede pronouncement lang, hindi tapos na sana ang problema natin. Marami na sana nakasolve ng problema natin. Because it's been so normalized, so deeply ingrained in our culture, and even deeply institutionalized in our government and in the way that we do things, hindi siya ganun kadaling ayusin. Hindi siya ganun kadaling inisip. Meron nga po, nag-iikot sa LGU namin, sa mga barangay and SK specifically, nakakilala naman ba natin ang bisita. Pangalanan ko naman si Robert, but of course, nandito tayo. Mas formal event naman, magpapakabait po ako dito, hindi ako mag-uwan. Nag-iikot po sa amin, nagpa-finance ng mga SK, ng mga barangay. Sa papel, kompleto lahat. Pag in-audit yun, kahit sinong pinakamagaling na auditor, walang makikitang mali sa papeles ko. Ang ginagawa, lapit sa SK chairperson, for example, uy, nakita ko, may, ano kayo, sabihin sa chair, parang may mali sa bidding nyo. Kung gusto nyo, sa susunod, ako na lang mag-ayos. Huwag ka mag-alala, may backer kami commissioner. Hindi kayo magkakaproblema pag sa amin yung papeles ninyo. Ang gagawin, 70%. Kung 10 million budget ng SK, 7 million in cash. The very next day, ibibigay sa SK chairperson. Pag lumabas yung pera, yung 3 million, yun yung tubo niya. May hawak ng SK chairperson yung cash. May first time makahawak ng ganun kalaking pera. Pag palagay mo na hindi corrupt yun, o hindi niya balak magnakaw, corrupt na kasi ginawa niya. Pero pag palagay na natin na hindi niya balak magnakaw, gagamitin talaga sa wala nang accountability, wala nang check and balance, walang transparency. Eh kung kalahati mo na gamitin sa project, tapos kalahati, baka kung saan na. Di ba usapan pa yung overpriced? Di ba usapan pa yung substandard? Di ba usapan pa yung may nawala na miss-account? Di ba usapan pa yun? Hindi yung nangyayari sa atin. Dami kong nakakausap yun, ang unang tanong sa akin lagi, meron ba tayong pag-asa ka? But I think we have no choice but to be optimistic. Meron pa naman siguro pag-asa. Tingnan po yung katabi niyo kung mukhang may pag-asa pa po bayan natin. Ba't kayo natawa? May pag-asa po tayo. But the first step, I believe, is really acknowledging the problem and trying to look for ways, big or small, that we can pitch in to help. Kung ang problema ay normalized, accepted, inculcated in our culture, kung ang problema ay institutionalized na siya, ibig sabihin lahat tayo apektado nito. It's not just the big forms of corruption, 100%. Napupunta kasi ghost projects, 100%. Hindi lang ito yung billion o trillion ang pinag-uusapan natin. But it's such a part of our culture na pag nagmamaneho nga tayo, di ba, pag pinara tayo ng traffic enforcer, anong muna natin maiisip? Alam niyo na. Sana hindi natin yung ginagawa, sana hindi tayo nag-aabot, di ba? Pero kahit hindi mo gawin, maiisip mo, kasi normal na normal siya. But get that same driver, put him in Singapore, put her in London or wherever, in the US, the same driver, the same person would not dare to do it there. What's the difference? Siguro kasi doon, hindi siya kadapat-tanggap. sa atin katanggap-tanggap siya. Tsaka na natin pag-usapan yung weakness of our institutions, that our justice system may be a little bit slow. Tsaka na natin pag-usapan yung mga reforma na kailangan natin gawin, amendment na kailangan gawin sa batas. Doon muna tayo sa makokontrol natin ngayon. Doon na tayo muna sa pwede natin baguhin. Ngayon mismo paglabas natin ng ballroom na ito. Lahat ng malaki na nakikita natin, whether good or bad, always start small. Yung bilyong-bilyong nakawan, yung bilyong-bilyong kickback, bilyong-bilyong ghost project, hindi naman nagsimula yan, nag-billion ka agad. Simula yan sa maliit lamang. And that's, I don't know if ironically or what, but that's also where I draw hope. Kasi kung ang problema natin ay apektado tayo lahat tayo may papagaw, may na-contribute dito sa problema natin malakihan. Ang ibig lang din sabihin nun, ang solusyon, nasa ating lahat din. And this is the importance of what we're trying now to do, and I hope all of our agencies and office will try moving forward to engage our citizenry, to engage ordinary people who may not be working in government per se, but who deeply care about our government, or Filipinos like you and me. Kaninong tubig ba ito? Pwede ko bang kunin ito? Kung sino man may hari ito, ang kailan ito. Para ba? Pasensya natin. Salamat po. Excuse you. Ano na nga sinasabi ko? Ang wala ako. Okay na siguro yun. Tapos na. Kung nasa lahat ng problema, nasa lahat din ng solusyon. Ang maganda lang po sa nangyayari ngayon, the good thing that's happening now is that people are more aware, people care more. Yung mga kaibigan ko na dati, hindi man lang manood ng news. Ngayon, pag tinignan mo yung Facebook, yung social media nila, hindi lang social media, pumunta pa ng rally, nag-attend, gustong sumari ng CSO, nag-volunteer ngayon sa mga government monitoring work namin. Ito yung siguro isa sa mga dapat. I'll leave the institution building and the laws that we need, the reforms that we're doing. We heard a lot of good things from the Supreme Court, from COA, from DPWH. We heard a lot of good developments. I'll leave that to them. Yan siguro isang pwede natin gawin na pwede natin pagtulungan. Let's stop our citizens. Sayang yung pagkakataon. Sana naman, whether you're from the CSO, well, obviously, kung CSO, yun na yung ginagawa ninyo. Pero kahit tayo na LGU, National Government Agencies, huwag natin sayangin yung pagkakataon, yung window of time, yung window of opportunity na ito, na, oo, galit ang tao, pero gusto nilang sumama, gusto nilang tumulong. Whether it's through education campaigns, civic education, educating people, ito dapat ang gobyerno, sanayin natin sila sa transparency, ikayatin natin sila na yung mga provision sa batas na may CSO observers tayo. Train natin